You guys thought your boy SmithersR was just like chilling. Wow, that's what I've been doing. I've been just chilling, making music. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. What I'm here to talk about today is Rising the Shield Hero, nigga, and why you should check it out. Okay. Then Rising the Shield Hero is a basic Sekai anime with multiple twists and turns in it that can, from the very first episode, make you feel pits in your stomach of hatred and rage towards women, and makes it. That's what I really think delivers this series so well. It starts off so strong, and it takes away the basic understanding of Sekai anime about this new hero coming to this world, and everyone's like looking towards him and looking after him, kind of, in a way, and he has multiple friends and like clan mates or guild mates or, party members, and those are basic Sekai anime. But this one takes it a much different approach. And that's what I really like about Rising the Shield Hero. Not only does it make you feel those early emotions, and I've rewatched the first couple episodes multiple times because even after I've seen it before, it still makes me feel like, yo man, fuck this bitch. And in the end, near the end, when she almost got what she deserved, I was just like, yeah. But that's a whole nother story. I'm not really going to be spoiling most of it. I'm just going to be doing a basic description. So we got Nafumi, who's the basic main character, and he is born into this world, or transported to this world. He wasn't born there. He was transported into the world. And very simply, he has to survive in this new world and fight the waves of enemies that come every, I believe it's I would say around every 4 weeks, like every month. I've never really seen the timer complete, and it's a giant hourglass, but I'd say every month a wave comes, and they have to train up and get stronger and stronger because every wave is gonna be harder and harder. And where we're at now in Rising Shield Hero episode 24, it is very diving deep into what the waves really are. And that's something that I'm really looking forward to, and there'll probably be a video on that when they finally do reveal what the waves actually are. I'll get on that. But for the most part, what I find so good about Rising the Shield Hero is that it's just something you can watch and most of the time read because it's not out in English very much yet, except for really subtitles. But that's okay. I mean, subtitles are there for a reason. And I mean, after you've been watching anime like I started when I was with subtitles when I was 12, 13. That's when I started getting into subtitled stuff and checking out other animes that were just coming out in Japan and going through the websites and do new, I'm a pirate, and all types of shit. But the best part that you gotta realize about Rising Shield Hero is that even though it has multiple heroes and it only focuses on one, the growth of that character is exponential. And there are constant struggles in battles, not only with enemies, but with himself. And for the most part, it's really toned down. That's one of the things I really don't like about this anime. It's toned down a lot. I mean, when you really think about it, I mean, it could have been a lot darker. And even though it has its dark moments, I wouldn't consider this a dark series at all. I would consider this more if I had to put a name on it, I would say it's probably somewhere around what's a good example? when I think of examples of riding a shield hero, it's hard to think of other things because riding the shield hero was a first kind of experience for me. Not like my first Sekai anime, but it was just a new spin on it that I really enjoyed. But if I had to put on anything, it's kind of like, yeah, a reality show. No, no, no. No, listen. I'll explain this in the best way possible, and if you still don't think that it is somewhat like a reality show, then you haven't seen enough reality TV shows. But I mean, it's like there's a main guy, bad shit happens to him, and you're going through his head, and you're seeing how you're seeing how he goes through the emotions. And you can like sort of put yourself in that character's shoes, and you can kind of say, okay, there's some things I would do that are different from him, and there's some things that I would do that are exactly the same. And for most people, I think that are watching Rising of the Shield Hero, they would be at that extreme level where it's like, oh fuck this shit, this bitch gonna do this to me, oh fuck that, kill the bitch, ugh, Dad, you're gone. That's my first reaction when I saw that. I was just like, man, I want to see this bitch die. From episode 1, that's all my mind was thinking, and throughout the entire series, that's what my mind was thinking. I just want to see this bitch die. Did she die? I don't really want to spoil it, but I will say that she died in a way. She's no longer a sort of antagonist, because that's the thing that I find very interesting about Riding the Shield Hero, is that they took a character that's normally so like out there in the tropes, and they completely flipped it on its axis, and they said, you know what, we're gonna make her a bitch, but not like a tsuneri, but a real bitch. Like a manipulative, evil, do anything she can to get the power type of bitch. Does it work out for her in the end? In a way, yes. And in a way, no. But the most important thing, and I think aspect about Riding the Shield Hero, is the inner struggle, the inner conflicts. As you see Nafumi fighting with his rage throughout the entire thing, because all these fucked up things keep on happening to him just because he's an outsider. And because he was born into this world, or transported to this world with the shield, which was known throughout like the past to be like a representative of like the demi-human supporters, those who support all races and will help anybody. Nafumi got that sort of title bestowed upon him. And you know, I'm just gonna say it's kind of fucked up though. It really is kind of fucked up. Not because of like the stuff that happens in the beginning, but like when you get more into it, it's like it gets darker and more things. Like when you get into like Raphtalia and her backstory, that's when I just said, damn. You know there was some R in there, man. Mad R during her childhood when she was like, but she grows fast. That's the thing. She grows according to her like level up and stuff like that. Like technically speaking though, I think she's only like 13 years old. So keep that in mind, you perverts out there. She's only 13. It hasn't been that long in the Shield Hero. Now Fumi doesn't got no beard or nothing, nigga. And there ain't no razors there. He ain't shaving. He hasn't been in there for like years. She grows faster because she's a demi-human. And she matures faster because she's a demi-human. So, I mean, when it comes to that sort of thing, it's still like, no, nigga. I mean, you can draw your fanfics and make your fan art or Raphtalia when you feel like You need to get that out of you. Like, oh yeah, I'm man, but at the same time, no. Just no. I mean, it is like medieval times, and in medieval times, I mean, kids were getting married and stuff like that, and so it's a different perspective on it. But still, just no. And now that I talk about Nafumi and the main plot a little bit, and of course, Raphtalia, I really don't want to talk about Philo in this because, I mean, to be honest, I don't like Philo. I just don't like Philo. I have nothing against the character personally, or the whole dynamic behind it. The only thing with Philo that I see is like it's just an extra body. There's no development there because she was born into that world. And she didn't live a life throughout that world before she met Nafumi. So everything she knows is from Nafumi. Nafumi is basically her father. Even though there's like some like, what's the best way to say it? Like some like I love him moments and stuff like that in there, but they're really sprinkled in because the anime doesn't really want to make this no love story. Nobody really wants to see a love story. Sekai. There are probably a couple good ones out there that I would like you to leave in the description down below so I can possibly check some out. If you know any Sekai love stories that are good, that aren't just like this nigga like, oh my god, I love her, and then like being a creeper, and it's like, oh my god, I love her, and writing in his diary, oh my god, I love her, and like saying in his head millions of times a day, oh my god, I love her, and shit like that. And no, I've had enough of that in my real life. I don't need none of that shit. I got enough problems with women. No. Even after music, I still got problems with women. I got even more problems with women because when you do lyrical shit, it's just bad. I mean, and me, I don't give a fuck about my appearance, nigga. I'll keep this beard. I'll grow this bitch out. Keep all them bitches away, nigga. That's what you want to do. Keep all them bitches away, because they don't. It's, just ain't worth it, man. Just ain't worth it. That's what everyone keeps on saying in the end. The relationships, it just wasn't worth it. That's why when I start reviewing anime again, I really, really, really doubt I'm reviewing any romance anime past episode 1. I'm gonna do it to check it out, but I mean, first episode's got to be really good for me to really get into the series and enjoy it. But, and this is a big but, the one thing about Rising the Shield Hero that I do not like, and this is a big one, it isn't the whole dynamic of how they all turned on him, it's the characters themselves of the other heroes. I don't like any of them. They're all underdeveloped. They all have no, like, yeah, I get they're not the main characters, but they have nothing at all. Nothing. I mean, I get it, they're not the main party, but I mean, still, they have nothing at all. I mean, they have, like, their conflicts and their dynamics, but I mean, at the end of the day, it seems like they're all just, like, nothing to Nafumi. And I get it that they're showing that all the other heroes are incompetent except for the Shield Hero. And the Shield Hero is the main character, and that's why we're following him, because he's the most competent one. But I mean, still, they should have put a little bit more emphasis on the other heroes so we could have got to know them better. That's what I really needed. Because when it goes through all of the stories with Nafumi and him getting stronger, you gotta remember that all the other heroes are going through their own little struggles too.